Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. The other day, I had somebody reach out to me and was inquiring about how to resize a necklace. So that's what today's video is all about. A very, very long time ago, I actually made this set, hematite and freshwater pearls, and I wore this quite often. It's a very, very long necklace, and I can wear it doubled as a choker. But it's like really, really short, and it's a little too short. Like it is literally a choker, as in choking me. I made this bracelet, which I could actually lengthen this piece, but then it's still not the right size. And I've got these earrings that match. So I'm going to set the bracelet and the earrings aside, and we're going to shorten this necklace to either a 16 or 17 inch. And let me gather all my tools. Let's get to resizing this thing. So I use these, they're called crimp bead covers. Back when I made these, they were called clamshell bead tips. And they look like a little clam. So you need 2 of these. I am going to reuse the jump ring and the clasp here. It's just a little spring ring clasp. I'm going to reuse those. You need some type of beading wire. I'm going to use monofilament. Those of you who are new to the beading world, 20-pound fishing line is perfect for this. I do have a video coming out. I've got it scheduled. It's probably a couple weeks out. But fishing line is perfectly fine to use. But if you've got beading wire, that's okay too. You're going to need some flat nose pliers, some wire cutters, some type of a pen like this. And that is to feed knots, which you'll see in a little bit. Let me just put that over there. And I believe that's it. Oh, one other thing. You need a ruler. So I measured this, and this is just right at 30 inches, which I don't wear long necklaces anymore. So here we go. I'm just going to cut it off, set that aside, and take all the beads off. Which this will kind of be interesting. This is fishing line, 20-pound fishing line. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like. You can tell where the hematite beads have been because it's a little stained there. But other than that, the cording's in really, really good shape. So those of you who say not to use fishing line, I have had these beads, oh gosh, I've had them since my 4th child was about 2. I think that's when I made these. It's when I started making jewelry after the second time. Excuse me. And he is 29 now. So we're talking, this is a pretty old piece. 27 years, 27, 28 years old. Anyway, let me take all these off, and then I am going to actually restring them on a separate wire. Honestly, though, I recommend you do that. I see this is in really good shape, so I am just going to take this down to the size that I want it, and I'm just going to reuse this wire. So what I did is I took the clasp that I had cut off, and I just attached it to the end there, and then I just measured it from there, because when you measure, you need to take in consideration how long your clasp is. So this is right about, it's going to be 16 inches. And now I need to have, I don't know what happened to the little bead. I always like to end with these little silver beads here, and either I didn't put one on, or maybe it rolled on the floor and I can't find it. So let me go get another little silver bead and put on the end here. And then I'll show you what to do next. As I inspect my little clamshell here, it's in really good shape. Normally, when you take these apart, they will break easily. But this one, and maybe it's because things were made better almost 30 years ago, is in really good shape. So I'm going to reuse it. And I'm not even going to take anything apart. I mean, I am making this for me. If I was redoing something for somebody else, I would use all new stuff. But this is for me. All right, so I put on my clam shell through the bottom hole so that the opening is facing up. And then I'm going to tie 2 overhand knots and feed them into that little space there. And this is where the pin comes in handy. So you just feed it in there. And believe me, this will be a lot easier for you to do since you will have it closer to you. This gets a little fiddly when you're trying to keep in the camera range here. All right, so there's 1 knot fed through. And when you tie your knots, you don't want them to be too tight where your piece is going to be stiff, but you do want to make sure that it's tight enough where you're not going to see your beading wire when, right through here. Okay, so here's the second overhand knot. And again, feed it into that opening. Okay, so I got the second knot in there. Slide that out, and this is where you need your pliers. And you're just going to carefully close that up. And then this is where you need your cutters. And flush cutters are the best because they see how they're shaped. They're kind of concave here. So you're going to take the back end because you can get really close up there and cut that off. And then I just feel, if you feel anything sticking out, you just take your nail and kind of move it back in there. And that is how you resize a necklace. And here it is. This is actually a perfect length for me, especially if there's not a charm. And that way I can wear another necklace stacked and my charm, about a 17-inch one, would hit me right here. Anyway, I hope this helped. And y'all have a fantastically wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.